Nitai serves Chaitanya in every way, as a friend, as his umbrella, his bed, his carrier. Nitai alone can render all these services, and one can only become eligible to serve the Lord by the mercy of Nitai. So if we want to render any kind of service, you want to do Chandan Seva or Shringar Seva or Arti or any kind of Seva in the spiritual world and your spiritual body, then you must get the mercy of Nitai. The prayer is there, O Nityananda Prabhu, O Sri Guru, O Nityananda Prabhu, please give me a particle of faith in Gauranga. Gauranga is the combined form of Radha Govinda, who's always tasting the sweetness of Brajabhav. And I want to attain the eternal service of Radha and Krishna in the groves of Vrindavan. O Nitai, please give me a particle, a drop of faith in Gauranga. This is the prayer. That Gauranga is very merciful, but to attain that unlimited ocean of mercy from Gauranga, we must surrender at Nitai Padakamalam, the lotus feet of Nitai. Nityananda Prabhu came to Panihati, the place of Damayanti and Raghava Pandit, their home, and he stayed there for 3 months. And there's some wonderful ecstatic pastimes there that show the incredible miracles that can happen when one is empowered by Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda, of course, is Balaram, all power, Balaram, Bala Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Gyan Shakti. All powers are within Nityananda to bestow upon one. Our Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, was glorified as being Nityananda Shakti, Avirbhav. He was a manifestation. Nityananda Shakti or Avirbhav. He was the manifestation of Nityananda Shakti. So Nityananda Shakti means Gyan and Ladini. It means prema. Prabhupada had the ability to enthuse prema in stones. He could take rocks and make them dance. He could make stones and he could take stones and rocks and make them dance and sing. Well, this is the power of Nityananda Shakti. So when Nitai was staying in Panihati, he exhibited this Nityananda Shakti. So there was a huge kirtan going on in Panihati in the association of Nitai and all of his associates. And as the kirtan, then in the middle of the kirtan, Nityananda said, listen, something very mysterious is happening. Do you feel it? Do you feel the atmosphere? Do you feel something? Something very mysterious is happening. Gauranga has come here from Nilachala. He's come from Puri. He's here right now. And he's hearing your kirtan. And he has a beautiful Damanaka garland around his neck. But he has entered, Gauranga has come here, but he's entered the form of a tree. He's right over there in the form of that Damanaka tree. He's standing there, witnessing the kirtan, listening to the kirtan, watching the kirtan. Because everyone was smelling this incredible sweet fragrance from the Damanaka flowers. And they looked, and the tree was there, but it was not the season. There were no flowers on the tree. But the fragrance of all those flowers, thousand flowers. Because Lord Nityananda said, he's there, he's in that tree. He's witnessing. So then Nitai said, now that Chaitanya has come, forget everything. Dive into the nectar of the holy names and absorb yourself with remembering the pastimes of Gauranga and infuse yourselves with Krishna Prem. Then everybody began chanting, Hari, Hari. Nitai glanced over everyone. His vision was emanating sublime love of Krishna. Nitai sat on the Singhasan, and the devotees danced in front of him. One devotee climbed up on a tree. He was so surging with happiness, he jumped from the tree and started playing about the branches. He played about the branches, but then he fell. Or another one fell down. But miraculously, no one got hurt. Everyone fell from the top of trees and was laughing and continued chanting. The kirtan, the devotees were jumping down from the trees like Ramachandra's monkeys, or like cowherd boys. Then one of the devotees in the kirtan, he put his arms around the tree and he picked it up. He picked the tree out of the ground and he was running around with the tree, chanting Hari, Hari. Everyone became so surcharged with immense spiritual strength that they ran to a row of nearby betel trees and put their arms around a number of them and uprooted them. The extraordinary potency of Nitai infused the devotees with blissful love of Krishna was so dynamic that their bodies exhibited all the ecstatic symptoms of prema. Perspiring, being stunned, horripilation, roaring, hoarseness, turning pale. Wherever Nitai glanced, he showered nectarian rains of devotional ecstasy. Whoever was touched by the mercy of Nitai became electrified with divine spiritual Shakti. Nitai was leading the kirtan, and they were constantly singing the glories of Krishna Chaitanya. The whole atmosphere was spiritually surcharged. Suddenly Nitai had a desire to decorate himself gorgeously in beautiful ornaments. And from nowhere, from unknown places, so many people assembled there, carrying unusual, most expensive and beautiful clothing and ornaments. Very precious and finest quality silks and gold jewelry, studded with brilliant gems. All kinds of beautiful shapes and designs intricately worked. Nitai adorned himself with all these golden necklaces and bracelets, and he put rings on every finger. And then to show his special love for Lord Shiva, he garlanded himself with 2 Rudraksha necklaces. He was wearing different silks of different color. White, cream color, blue, and yellow silks were draped over him in flowing grace. Various garlands of fragrant flowers were hanging from his neck: Malati, Madhavi, Malika, Juti, and Champak. And so many gem necklaces. The aroma of fresh sandalwood paste was applied to his body. The air was filled with a heavy scent. Soft, shining silks of different hues were tied around his head to make a multicolored turban. And different bright flower garlands were also neatly tied in the turban to make a unique headgear. His associates understood his bhava, that he was in the mood of Sakyabhav. So they immediately, because they're all his associates of Braj, they took up various ornaments and instruments and decorated themselves in Gopavesh as cowherd boys. Armlets, belts, anklets, necklaces. They tied flutes and horns and reeds to their belts. And they took ropes for tying cows and threw them over their shoulders. Then Nityananda went out with all his associates, as if he was going out to graze the cows. Wherever he went, whatever he did, Nitai was absorbed in Sankirtan. All the devotees were singing and dancing in kirtan. Nitai sent everyone reeling in spirals of divine exaltation. Even young children who were following along with the kirtan party started to exhibit extraordinary mystic powers. One little child, he said, I am the cowherd boy, Gopal. And he put his arms around a big tree and picked it out of the ground. He said, Haribo, Haribo. Everyone was chanting and running about like frantic children. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda. Nityananda was making other children perform extraordinary acts. He made one child fast for 1 month. It's a good idea. We should slow down some of these kids around here, make them fast for 1 month. But somehow or other, even though they were fasting for 1 month, they had unlimited energy. Nitai was like the guardian angel to the children. He was always protecting and guiding them and treating them like a father treats his son. Sometimes he would feed the children with his own hands. Sometimes he would embrace them to his chest. And other times he would take a stick and crack them. You nonsense. It's like a father. You have to crack the child sometimes.